Hey guys, Eric and Roth here, and we've got more Star Wars news. We thought the trailer would probably be the last big reveal of the year.
It just keeps coming.
Just keeps coming. They finally told us some of the new character names. Very specifically, the ones seen in the trailer only.
The ones seen in the trailer only, yeah, exactly. And they don't reveal as much as we had hoped, but they might reveal things anyway.
Doesn't mean we can't speculate.
And we will.
So give us the quick rundown.
Okay, so here's the quick rundown. Yeah. So our little soccer ball droid is named BB-8, and the caption is BB-8 on the move. Oscar Isaac is called Poe Dameron in his yes. Kylo Ren is the name of the man, the mysterious man. Now we know it's a man because it says Kylo Ren ignites his lightsaber at the end of the trailer. Rey is Daisy Ridley on her speeder. So Finn is John Boyega. That's his name. Note, neither one of them have last names. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers prepare for the battle. Okay, so they're still called Stormtroopers. X-Wings, they're still called X-Wings. We sort of knew that. And then at the end of the trailer, it is indeed the Millennium Falcon. So let's dive in. First of all, I just want to say something that in the EW broke the news about the exclusive. These are on trading cards.
Right.
Okay.
And they look like retro, old school Star Wars trading cards. Yeah.
Now, we can't go down this rabbit hole, but we hope that someone out there can, which is that apparently J.J. Abrams said that the number on the trading card, so the number that's associated with the name reveal, actually has some kind of significance. So for example, BB-8 is number 11.
So go have it. Go at it, Internet.
You figure it out. Build the wall, make the matrix, bring it back to us.
These characters now, look, no one, at least they did not give us that anyone has the name Skywalker or Solo, or you said Kenobi.
Yeah.
So they didn't give us that to be like, oh my God, okay, this is definitely the son or daughter, blah, blah, blah. Of course.
We are going to infer things, though.
The two characters that don't have a last name, could they be the Cher or Madonna of the Star Wars universe? Sure, but they're probably just holding back on last names.
Right, and why would they hold back on last names? Because they have a very famous last name. Now, we should say that Oscar Isaac was rumored to play Han and Leia's son, right? But obviously not. He's Poe Dameron, or not. Or he's Poe Dameron.
He's like, I reject you, Mom and Dad. I changed my name.
That is like Angelina Jolie and doesn't want to have to live up to her favorite famous parent's name. Or he's Poe Dameron that doesn't know that he's related and some, I don't know why, was hidden. I doubt it. I think he's probably just Poe Dameron, but Dameron it. I wanted him to be related.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny because I know it's so funny that all we have are this list of names we're talking, but it's Star Wars people, and we're all wondering this stuff. So yeah, even knowing he's named Poe Dameron, and that apparently does take away one big theory about him.
Yeah.
Right now, we're grasping at anything we can, which is very smart about how they reveal this stuff.
Oh, it's so fun also, too. Let's talk about Poe. So one of the things that the EW article pointed out is like, well, Poe, I mean, I love how deep we go with this stuff. Well, Poe, that sounds like, the name of a very cynical writer, obviously, Edgar Allan Poe, who sort of dealt with the dual dark side of human nature. And they're like, we've already speculated from that 88 seconds that he looks like he's a man in conflict. But
I don't blame them. We've speculated too.
But I actually agree with that bit of speculation that maybe this is further evidence that he is a good guy that is maybe gearing towards the dark side of the Force.
And
maybe
look,
he's somewhere in the middle.
They are obviously, again, they are very specific about what they reveal and when. So even by saying Kylo Ren ignites his lightsaber, they didn't have to do that, but they wanted to at least be like, okay, let's tell you that this is a male character.
Who's probably
Adam Driver.
Who we already sort of thought
that is what a lot of us have been guessing anyway. And so, yeah, it's just once again, you're like, okay, look at the physicality of this character. We know it's not a female now. We think it's probably a younger character just based on how they're moving and walking.
Yeah, and he
probably not Max von Sydow,
It's hard because there's not another human character next to him, so it's hard to say he looks tall, but he looks tall.
Yeah. We think.
With the crazy lightsaber, but he's got a name now, and that's really exciting, and it's not, Darth anything.
It's not Darth anything yet.
Yet.
We'll see.
Let's talk about the two no last name people who let's speculate about what their last names might be.
I mean, look, a lot of us have been wondering specifically about Daisy Ridley's character, Rey.
Yeah.
Is she a Skywalker, just,
or a Solo?
Or a Solo, seeing her on what we think is Tatooine.
Hyphenated Skywalker Solo.
Yeah, on Tatooine, sort of the scrappy character makes you think that, and they didn't give us her last name.
Yeah,
so
I think she's a hyphenated Skywalker Solo.
Skywalker Solo. But Finn is interesting because, look, you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of like every character in Star Wars. You know, all these characters should not be the descendants of other characters.
Sure.
But then they didn't give us his last name.
Right.
You know?
Which means he's a Kenobi.
There was those rumors about, is Obi-Wan's like, has like an illegitimate daughter and all this stuff, which still could, we don't know. There's still several actors that weren't in this trailer that we haven't seen at all.
Yeah.
So who knows?
That's entirely possible, and I'm joking, obviously, when I say, well, that means absolutely, but it certainly opens up the possibility that they would hold back these last names because the last names do have some significance. So much so that by the time you get to know them, and also that so much so that they're such the leads in the movie that by the end of it, you only need their first name. We only really say Han and Leia and Luke.
Oh, yeah.
We don't say, you know what I mean?
Those cards were having fun with that sort of, the familiarity that isn't there yet.
Isn't there yet, but probably will be, which gives us further evidence that Boyega, who was rumored to be the lead, is probably, and he's the first guy you see in that 88 seconds, really is a significant character. I'm so excited I can't even talk.
We were, rolling our eyes a little bit about the Millennium Falcon, because it's obviously the Falcon, and the X-Wings too, to an extent, I will say, but who knows, it could be some next level. It is the evolution of the ship, we assume, but it's still got all X-Wing. I will say, knowing they're called Stormtroopers is significant because, again, it takes away any speculation like, oh, we had clone troopers, and then we had Stormtroopers, so what are these guys called? They're still called Stormtroopers.
Right, which means that they're still connected to that, so the Empire in that way. Otherwise, they would call themselves something else.
They still at least are keeping the legacy name. I mean, Joshua and I did a video talking about why there are still Stormtroopers, but again, now we know 100% they are. And again, it's very funny when we're like looking at these little kernels, but it is putting together a little puzzle, which I feel like J.J. Abrams kind of loves. And that's, it's hard not to start to connect all these dots.
I know. It's so exciting. We just can't stop ourselves from talking about every little kernel of information. We assume that you guys are probably the same.
Yeah, so that's our thoughts, except, of course, let's lastly say that BB-8 is obviously, going to be the best because it's BB-8.
It's BB-8, yeah.
BB-8. Who doesn't love BB-8? We just talked a lot.
I do like that little droid. People are making fun of him.
Hey, BB-8's awesome. Seriously. Unless he's a bad guy. Unless he's awesome. Still awesome, yeah. So that's what we think about these names. It's just a list of names, but it's so significant because it's Star Wars. Let us know what you think and start your speculation. We got a year to go, people.